welcome back to Lou's Corner, and this will be update on my 365 eyeshadow challenge that I'm doing with Jessica Lee. And without further ado, let's get into it. So this month, I've been using a lot more eyeshadows than usual, and it's just because February is Black History Month, and I wanted to use some of my Black-owned brands, and so for the most part, for eyeshadow, I only have Juvia's Place, but I plan on getting Color Rain and a couple other brands, but let's get into what we went through or whatever. So at the beginning of the month, I had two palettes by Shanny Cosmetics that I wanted to use and use the shadows from. And if you know me personally, I have to have several colors to build up a look. So I did use more eyeshadows than I planned on it. So I hit all of these shadows in here. And I used some of them multiple times. I'll be honest with you, this particular palette, this is the one that says Until Sunset. Shanny Cosmetics is very pigmented, so if you don't have the big coins and you want to try something that's very pigmented, try them out. And then I used the other half of this as well this month, and I used the blues. And I'll be honest with you, truly enjoyed it, and definitely feel like it was a good spend. Then the next palette I used was the Juvia's Place, and this one is Fumi X, the Disco Party, and you could just see how I went all ham on that. Yeah, this was amazing. I definitely give Fumi all her credit that she's due. I've been watching Fumi for a very long time, and I definitely feel like she deserved to have them collab with her again. And I'm hoping that I can someday find her other palette and get this. Now this one is the Melissa X palette, and yes, I use this one, and I use every shade in it for a look. And I use this, what does she call this one? Oh, y'all, I can't see it. It's white. It's the white writing for me. I can't see it. But anywho, this Modern, I believe. This one right here. That shade right there is the business. I definitely can say I enjoyed it. Then next, I used the Tribes palette. And I used the Tribes palette last weekend. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've probably seen it. But definitely enjoy this palette. And I used every color in here except this one. And y'all already know me and browns. Then the next palette I used was this one. And this is the Mauves palette. And y'all can see, honey, I used every shade in here for a look. And I'll be honest with you, Mauves were my first introduction to pink, because I don't know who told me, but somebody tried to tell me black girls couldn't wear, or dark-skinned black girls couldn't wear pink, and they know what that's talking about. Then this is the Taupes palette. I use this one, and I'll be honest with you, the shimmer shades in here I truly enjoyed. The other three shades in here did not end up showing up really pigmented at all on my skin. Like I didn't seem like it felt like me, like I didn't really have anything on. Like I just did a one and done with some shimmer shade. Then the next one is Sweet Pinks. Sweet Pinks, need I say more? This shade right here. Yes, I wore this for Valentine's, and that Sweet Pinks was amazing. Then, so how many is that? 6 times 3 is 18. 24. 27. 32. So I used 58 shadows this month. I know I'm gonna go over 360 shadows just because I still have one more palette I need to show you guys for this month. I use multiple colors for one look. Like today, I used this palette and I used 2, 4, 5, 6 of these shades today on a look. And I know it doesn't look like much now because it's been a long day and I've been rubbing my eye and some more stuff. But I definitely use a lot of eyeshadows, different shadows when I create a look. So yeah, yeah, it just is what it is. So I'm at 50 because there's 28 shades in here in one of these. 28 plus 30 plus 32. So that's 40. I use, yeah, 48 to 52 eyeshadows this month, and I definitely can say that I am getting reach and pull. Thank you so much, Jessica, for sharing this idea with the rest of us. I definitely am planning on using some other palettes next month. So let's get into what we plan on using for next month, and I'll share them with you guys. You guys can leave comments in the section below. Okay, so recently I just did a haul, and I went to my local beauty supply store and purchased some palettes by Nika K. And so I'm going to use these palettes, and some more Nika K palettes. But that basically, with these 6 palettes, I feel like, plus my palettes that I'm using and my project pan this year, I feel like I definitely am going to, my pan, that palette this year, I'm definitely going to get a good reach and pull for these. Now, I'll be honest with you, there are some colors that are in those palettes that may not work for me. That's the reason why I'm happy I have my pan, that palette, because pairing them up makes it a better look. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the link below, and I'll see you guys next time on In Lou's Corner.